Hey guys, we're going to do a quick little video over raccoon trapping there, and I'm going to first start off with the reason why, and then we'll lead on to the traps, where I set them and what kind of bait that I use for them. But the main reason why I like to trap raccoons and possum is to protect our eggs for the turkeys, and they're known nest raiders there. And what I found is I like to use these dog-proof traps there. This is one that's actually set, and here's one that's not set. They actually make a little tool that I just picked up. I've been doing this for about 10-15 years, and I've yet to actually still use this, even setting. I'm just so used to setting them with my hand, of pushing that down, putting that wire right there, and then clamping that thing right on there, and then you got your trap set there. But they have that tool, and I think once it gets a little bit colder in the season, then that's probably when I'm gonna start trying this, because that's when it seems like maybe my hands struggle a little bit more during that part. But moving on through here, I like to set these traps on a creek bed or a pond, or it doesn't have to be even a wet creek bed. It can be a dry, such as this one right through here, where those animals are going to naturally move through here. This is along one of our Nixa hardware. I believe this was the deer plot mix, food plot in through here. And I don't know if you guys can see, but I've got several of these all the way down and through. I think there's another, I think there's 10 total that I'm gonna have set here. And basically what I'll do is I'll run these traps here for a week and a half, and then I'll go ahead and move them on to another piece of property, and that way I can continue to bounce back and forth. And you can always move them back, but I like to kind of give a property a little bit of break, and that way I can make sure I'm trapping all pieces of property there that I need to. But I do talk about my setup here. I absolutely love using cinder blocks. Now, if you're having to walk in a long ways, then it's probably going to be the best thing. But I like using a chain along with just a chain link that you can get that screws on and off there. That way you can get it. But even if you didn't use your cinder block, you can always get these chains to the length in regards to putting them around the tree. And if you do put them around the tree, make sure that thing is tight. I like to get to the lower trees, which have a whole bunch of shrubs right out the gate, instead of having the trees that those critters can actually climb up and take your trap alongside. Been there, done that before, and that's a hard lesson learned. But moving on to the bait there, we use a mixture of stuff. This is a dog food, so that's one thing. Marshmallows is another pretty common one there. Corn, is another great one. The big thing is when you get your traps set, like with your dog food and stuff, once it gets wet in there, it expands, and then a lot of times those coons won't even mess with it unless it's going to be right after that. So kind of keep that in mind in regards to if you're going to use dog food. If you got some conifer trees or evergreen trees where you can put them underneath, that way that that rain's not hitting them constantly when it does rain or snow, that works out pretty good. But if not, it's hard to beat just straight corn. And what I'll do is there's a little trigger in there, and basically I'll put that dog food right even with that, or that bait right even with that. Today we're actually using dog food, and then I've got a couple more traps on another piece that we're going to switch over to the marshmallows there. But I wanted to quickly do a video on raccoon trapping. Definitely cover the reason why we do it. Unfortunately, there's not really a fur market for them, so it's more of a nuisance animal at this point in time. But it's always good to protect the critters that that you're wanting to hunt, and make sure that they've got a good habitat that's protected for their offspring coming in there. So I appreciate you guys liking the video. Like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature, and best luck on your upcoming hunting and trapping season.